today. The world is changing and many things is happening. Many things are happening in the world. AI is changing the world. Jobs are being lost and people are losing their jobs. People are losing their homes. People are losing a lot of things, their families and all these things. So today, the only thing I want us to know is that we have to learn how to adapt in this world. Last time in one of my videos, I was talking about the fact that we've adapted to this world. The food we ate 100 years ago isn't the food we are eating today. The things we used to do 100 years ago isn't the same thing we are doing today. Many things have been improved upon or we've adapted in this world. So we have to learn how to adapt when we find ourselves in situations or we find ourselves in environments that are not the same or that are changing each and every day. We have to learn how to adapt. We have to learn how to live in that environment. That's what I'm trying to say. So looking at the animals that we have, some of them have been extinct. We don't see them any longer. We don't see them any longer. But some of them that we have today, they are still alive because they've been able to adapt to the environment. They've been able to stay safe. They've been able to live. Okay, I talked about last time about birds. Birds, even though sometimes they may not find a place to lay their nest or to build something on the tree for their eggs. So what they do is that they look for a building and they lay the eggs, they do their nest in the building and they lay their eggs. You can see animals also, these small animals, ants and the others, they've been able to adapt to the environment to the extent that they can go into every building and build their house there. Cockroaches, all these animals are adapting to the environment. Okay, so we have to learn how to adapt. If you do not adapt, like you won't be able to live a good life. You won't be able to live a better life because things are changing, and the things you think you knew last week will not be the same things you can apply today. Okay, so learn how to adapt in this age. Many things are going to change over the couple of years. Many things are going to change as we are growing. Things are changing, so let's learn to adapt. Adapting to this environment is very crucial. It's very important because if you do not learn to adapt, you'll get to a time where you won't be valuable again. Okay, so learn how to adapt. Learn it very well. Learn how to adapt. Just like chameleon will adapt to the environment as they are walking, they can adapt to the color of the environment to the extent that you do not really see them because they are adapting. You do not really see them in the environment, but they've adapted to the environment. Other animals as well. Some animals are going extinct. They have few animals because these animals either they are being killed by men or they can't find a way to adapt to the environment. Okay, so let's learn to do it because this world isn't going to be static. No, it isn't going to be static. This world is dynamic, dynamic, dynamic. Things will change. Things will change. The only person that doesn't change is God. Apart from God, everything else has to change. Everything else has to change. You get it? Everything else has to change. So let's learn this. Let's learn this in this age. And let's not be expecting that what happened 10 years ago should be the same thing that will happen today or tomorrow, or should be the same thing we can apply today. No, the world is changing. What may have been done 10 years ago will not be able to be used today. Okay, some of the things that we did a couple of years ago, applying it today will not be possible or it will not work. Okay, so adapting and knowing how to solve problems in new ways. It can be the same old problem, but how do you solve them in new ways? How do you improve them? How do you solve them faster, easier? How do you cook faster? years ago, they may not be have been fast food, but now there's fast food. You go to the restaurant and you're giving the food fast. You just tell them what you want and you're giving it. You just pay and you have the food with you. But these things was not happening 100 years or 200 years ago. But because we've learned to adapt to the environment, the fast changing world we have today, so we are doing things faster, we are doing things easier. We are making sure that we do not, we still become vulnerable to the world. Okay, so let's learn this. Adapting in this environment or in this system that we've created is very, very important. We need to learn it. We need to learn it. Otherwise, we will not do anything um, that will help the environment. We will not do anything that will help the environment if we do not learn to adapt and change the things that are not working. Take the things that have been there for so long and they've been problems, they are problems, and they are not working. Let's learn to change them. Let's learn to change them. Okay. So that's it. That's all I have to say today. That's all I have to say today. So learn to do that. I think when we learn to adapt to this environment, we can do a lot. Can do a lot. Okay. So thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.